Friends, we are in West Moorings. This is the Western Main Road. I'm facing west. This is West Mall. And we are going towards the West Moorings Walkover. That's those blue steps that you see go up and go across the Western Main Road. Now you might be thinking, what's so special about this walkover? Well, this walkover allows you to see a lot of West Moorings, and we're going to point out a few buildings and a few places, and maybe I'll give you some details in case you haven't been to the area for a long while. When I was a kid, this walkover wasn't here. West Mall didn't look that fancy, and there weren't so many buildings around. There was a lot of open land, and basically you could roam all this area without hindrance. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on. There are apartments, seaside apartments in the background, and it's being built up. Now this is a dated, or I should say a time-stamped video, and the reason I'm saying that is because there's a lot of development going on in this area right now. So, you know, months or years from now, these things would have changed. So let's have a look at this side. We're facing west on the Western Main Road, and that is on the left there. That's Super Farm, that's a pharmacy, that's of course that junk food outlet where they eat a lot of birds. Then there's Spanish Court, there's the International School of Port of Spain, Regent's Towers, Goodwood Park, West Moorings by the Sea. And on the right there's a construction place. We're going to look at that closer just now. One of the nice things about this walkover is how it's enclosed. Good for safety, good for people who thinking, let me take a jump or do something silly. However, it's not well used. You could see people still trying to cross the road down there even though there's this walkover. I never understand that. What's the point of having $1 million walkover and then, you know, you try to cross the road at the risk of your life? So now we are facing east. So of course that's West Mall. Then next it you have Massey stores, which was once known as Hilo. There's some apartments in the back. There's that building there. There's some condos as well. That's in Cocorate. That's the Seventh-day Adventist Hospital. On this side, this is Diego Martin and a bit of Powder Magazine. And those are some fancy apartments that the government initially built up and then sold privately. That's Powder Magazine. This is on the left here is where they're doing the construction. They're supposed to be building a octopus or interconnecting highway interchange. All here used to be green when I was a kid and just open. But of late, there's a lot of buildings being built up here. This particular one, I believe, is temporary. I'm not sure. It has all that Chinese writing because it's Junior Sammy in conjunction with a Chinese construction company building up the area. And so this is their yard. All the construction and metal and whatnot. Now you're looking west. This would be considered the more affluent side of Trinidad. One of them. West Moorings, it's called. A lot of foreigners live here too, especially in the seaside apartments. diplomats and so forth from abroad. You can see that guy down there. See how he's crossing the road? Instead of taking these steps, this walkover, he's running quickly across the road to get to the other side, and they do it so often that there's actually a path there in the middle for people to get to the other side. You know, I don't know, Trinis just don't like utilizing these things. They want the easy way. So we're facing east again, and this road is the one way in and out of the west of Trinidad. It'll take you to Carna, Chaguaramas, and so forth, or back to Port of Spain. That's Fort George in the distance there. It's another place I have to show you. So this is what Westmoorings is like now at a distance from the angle of the walkover. What do you think about it? If you haven't been to this area for a long time, do you think it's been built up a lot? Do you recognize anything? I know when I first came from abroad, it was really new to me. So I hope you enjoyed this short walk, and if this is your first visit to JB's Man Cave, please do subscribe. It's free. All you need is a Gmail account. You can like, share, and let your friends know about it. Thanks so much.